Happy Thanksgiving. Anyway, so as many of you guys know, I've had some issues with my walls for the ones that have the torches, and they sometimes break or have issues or hard time getting the print right, everything else. You know, they look great and they're nice and smooth. They're made out of a very fragile material that can break really easy. So the other day I had a guy contact me who his broke during shipping, and I thought, okay, this is not good. If I can't even get two of these mailed and one of them comes back broken already, it is a problem. So I decided to tackle this problem and design this right here. This right here is made from the same material as the walls. So it's the same exact material I made the walls out of originally. And except for it's gray in this case. But it's the same printer, and you can see it's a whole lot stronger than its predecessor. Now, of course, it's made out of FDM instead of resin. One, it's lighter, so that's cool. And two, it does hold the flames just like the other one. So and the flames will still be the clear resin ones. And the bad part is because it's made on an FDM printer, it is a whole lot rougher, as you can see. Rough, rough, rough. So that is the bad news about it. Being able to print it right straight up and down like this in order for it to print, to not have a whole bunch of roughness. Where this one here, I could put it 45 degrees and have all the rough parts be on the internal parts, and I also made the internal smooth. Since this has so many edges that protrude, I had to print it exactly, completely just like this, as you guys saw sometimes in the live video last night. So here is what I'm going to do is anybody who requests one because it broke, I will send you out another one of these, the non resin version, which is a lot stronger, lighter weight, and you know, not as clean. So you sacrifice you know, the cleanliness details for strength. And or if you guys want, those that are already on the wait list, you can say, hey, I would prefer to have mine made out of the FDM plastic because it's stronger instead of the resin coating. Now, for those that are outside the United States, unfortunately, I'm only going to send you the FDM ones because they are stronger, and being that the ones going out of the country, out of the United States to other countries, they get so many more bumps and everything else on the way with mailing that I don't want to have them break on the way there. So unfortunately, US only. I'm still going to offer the resin ones if you want, because they are cleaner and cooler looking. But again, the chance of breaking is a whole lot greater. And then for those that are outside the US, your only choice is the new FDM ones, which again are a whole lot stronger. And that's cool. It was really hard to get the supports out of the insides of these. If you can see, let me put a light here and show you guys how cruddy the inside of these look from trying to get the supports out. But again, luckily, you know, this side is not seen on the inside, but this was all full of supports all the way up and down that I had to break out of there. The supports on the outside are not too bad, except for right underneath. You can see there, the right underside is extremely rough because that's where the supports were. But and then of course the top, there's some spots that get pretty rough with open marks. We expect that from FDM printers. So, yep, see, like right here on the side. So if you order it raw, you'll be getting it like potentially like this if you're outside the United States. If you're in the US, I'll be supplying these for everybody at first, unless they tell me otherwise, or unless they get one that's broken. If it ends up broken to you, then you'll be replaced with one of these. All right, let's take a look at your guys' comments. See what you guys think. Pierce, thanks for joining us. Perfect post workout material after training my biceps and triceps. Nice. Excellent, man. You work out your biceps and triceps on the same day? I personally do back and bi, and then chest and tris on a different day, and then shoulders every third day. But if that works for you, man, that's cool. Todd, what are your main future goals for 3D printing? How big a set do you in mind building in the future? So that's a really good question. Is as you guys know, I have the Classics Grayskull, which is of course a bigger set, and I plan on implementing some of these ideas into the Classics Grayskull. And then probably my biggest thing ever will probably be on the Snake Mountain, this Classics one, and that is to make an upper floor and find some way to support that upper floor. My first thought was to have it go all the way from the bottom up, but that is pretty tall, and to create something that tall would be pretty tough to do. I've actually thought about an idea just last night. I want to make a dice rolling tower, and I want it so that you can drop your dice in the tower and they'll fumble their way down and then come out the bottom. But I want the bottom to be an opening so wide that a He-Man figure can fit in it without a problem. That is an awful kick. There we go. Got to line her up right to make her kick. So a He-Man figure can still fit into the hole of the castle or the tower. So it can double as a play set and a dice rolling tower in one. And then I was thinking if I made it big enough, it could be the support beam for that floor. So making some big giant tower that's the height of Castle Grayskull, that could be used as a separate tower by itself, or you can, and it's made for gaming. So if you decide to use dice with your action figures, you'll have a tower you can toss the dice in and they'll come out the door where the figures can actually go inside too. So that's probably my biggest project I'm thinking of, is making that giant dice rolling tower. I think it will be so cool because, like I said, it will be a new tower for Castle Grayskull too on top of it, as well as a dice rolling tower. So you can actually have it in your figures and it looks like it belongs, or you can just use it for your gaming. Now, if you're using little miniatures, it will be ridiculous because the tower will be monstrous in size. I may shrink it down and make a smaller version for miniatures for those that are interested in the miniature version. But I want something for my figures, so if I decide to do dice rolling with my Origins figures, I got a cool dice tower that actually fits in with the figures. So that's probably my biggest project. What do your grandkids think of your current setup? That is a really good question. My granddaughters aren't that interested, really. They're more into just using the female figures. My grandson, I'm afraid to let him play with the new one right now just because this piece is so fragile. But now that I have a much stronger piece to use, I will probably let him check out the new castle. He likes the floors. He's seen me make the floors before, and he doesn't understand the fact that I'm making a bunch. He keeps asking why I keep making floors, and it's like it's for other people. And then he'll see the packages downstairs of the pizza boxes. So that is. Let's see. Yep, buys and tries in the same day. Leaves extra room for when I'm training my back and chest and shoulders. Nice. Any plans for another stop motion movie in the near future? Yes, it is going to be. Here's the scene for it right here, and I'm hoping to do a Rio Blast stop motion. And here's one of the characters to it right here. Dun, da, da. But yeah, once I get my Castle Grayskull stuff going, I'm probably gonna put it aside so I can work on the fortress over there and get the stop motion going for it. I'm pretty excited about getting it done. Getting all the characters all done. As you guys know, I've been working on them for a while. Hey, where's the bad guy? Must have put him away. Anyway, there's his horse. Anyway, so it'll be pretty cool once I get it all done. As you guys know, I've been working on that set for a while just for this purpose, to make the stop motion. So that will be cool. Masterverse and Classics work really well together for scale. So here is a Classics He-Man. Huh. Oh. And here is a Masterverse She-Ra. So you can kind of see they do fit very comparable together for sizing. So we go and grab the Ultimate Skitty or He-Man, the furry short version. Oh, now I'm knocking stuff over. So he is taller and bigger than the Classics He-Man, but he's the first one that's actually monstrously big like that. The other He-Man is taller than our He-Man too, but he's not so big and beefy as. But then again, Classics were all the same height. He-Man, Skeletor, the work. So that's why He-Man is shorter for the Classics version. All right, hopefully it answers your question. I think you got another question after that. Let me go ahead and take a look at it. Let's see, I admire enthusiasm for the hobby Hebrew. People these days are finding less and less and less time to use for their own enjoyment. Yeah, it is kind of hard to just break that time away. How did you get on with the latest She-Ra figure you bought? She is right here. No, that's not her. Oh, she's already on the playing board somewhere. There she is. Manny Faces is taking her out. There she is. So this is the one from Big Bad Toy Store. Now, of course, she is wearing a custom skirt and a custom helmet, and she has my custom sword, and she has a shield from the Super 7. But you can see she has the new knees, so that is cool. So I was pretty happy about that. And now I will have She-Ra's for my granddaughters for Christmas, so that will be cool too. She-Ra's galore. And for the Mondo one, she is up there on the shelf, just sitting there amongst other Mondo and other figures and stuff. So there she is. Let's see, how did Skeletor sustain such a massive physique when he couldn't eat anymore after having his face burned off? That's kind of funny. That is a good question. I am guessing. The original storyline, I used to pretend when I was a kid that he was like a zombie. So that's why his skin was blue, because it had no oxygen going to it. So it was just zombified muscle. So, but that's a good question. I guess you can say magic. Eternia steroids. I used to also pretend that their planet was more dense, so it had harder materials in the core, so that it actually made the gravitational pull heavier, and that's why everyone was more muscular. Well, now, if I had to rethink the story from scratch, us humans, we have this, what is it? Hormone, I think it is, that actually breaks our muscles down. And if you don't have that particular hormone, I think it is, I'm not sure if it's a hormone or what it is exactly, your muscles will continue to keep growing, and your heart will actually be pretty strong. So I just pretend like that this race of beings does not have that hormone that breaks down their muscles, so they can continually build. The air in Eternia must be anabolic. That's funny stuff. All right, you guys. Well, that's all I wanted to show off. Again, I'll probably be in contact with all the pre-order people as their time gets close to give them a choice of which ones they'll show. And I'll, of course, direct them to this video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and yeah, he does look cool, doesn't he? Dun, da, da. This is the pre-version of Rio Blast before he gets his cybernetics. Before he chooses a side of true evil or true good. He's just a guy. Before he actually makes a choice to become a hero. A hero. These equal pre-orders. That is true. The muscular physique of He-Man inspired lots of kids to do weights later in life. That is so true. It's funny because we all want to look like our He-Man figures did, which is actually physically impossible. One time I took the measurements and I had a program, and you could type in any part of your body and it would tell you, you first put your height in, and it would tell you how big your biceps have to be to match a He-Man figure, or your shoulders, or whatever it was you wanted to know. And it would actually do the math calculation for you to tell you, because I took all the measurements all around the figure and used that to, my wife thought it was ridiculous. Hey Rick, thanks for joining us from Italy. That's really cool. All right, so the pre-orders I'm talking about are the floors and the walls, not the figures. So the floors and the walls, for those that are new here. Would the new she-rankness work on old Tila? I'm not sure quite what you're asking. Oh, the knees. Yes and no. So the problem with switching the knees out is the leg is different on the bottom down here. So you can switch the top half, but then you're stuck with the bottom half being a different color. See these legs right here? This is actually the sorceress's top, and this is actually She-Ra's bottom of her legs. Because the way the boot cut is, the boot cut actually makes the leg different. When you pull the foot off, they actually are different between the two figures. So you can't use the same, you can even see right there, this leg looks a little smaller, but the way the boot fits on there, when you pull it off, it just doesn't work. So you cannot switch. We could try it later on and see. I know for sure you can't use Tila's on She-Ra, but maybe it might work the other way. I guess we could try the boots out later on when I get hot water and try it out and see. All right, I'm going to end this video so it's not too long for people that are here just to see the difference in the walls. Let me put my Apache Chief back. Apache Chief. And again, the difference in the walls is this is the resin one, which is heavier and more fragile. And this is the FDM one, which is lighter weight, a whole lot stronger, but not as clean as the other one. So, like I said, I'll be contacting everyone that already did the pre-orders for the walls and let them know when they get close to their date, or let them tell me what they want. Which is funny is because one of the guys wanted this in raw green, and at the time I told him I couldn't do it, so I only had resin. But I'm going to recontact him and say, hey, guess what? I can make your thing in raw green to match your walls. So that's something else I'll ask them too, is they want it in raw green or gray or what. Let's see. Sorry, the pre-orders be available for Canadians. With people that are out of the country, two things. One is I use eBay shipping because they have the global shipping program, as opposed to just buying it straight through me. So I put it on eBay as a buy it now. And then if you're out of the country, you'll only get one choice, and that is this one here because it's stronger in shipping. Because when eBay gets them, they open them up and inspect them and then put them back in the box. And I don't expect them to pack them just the same way as perfect as I did, as I've seen how the boxes come in sometimes. So because of that, I only will ship the stronger ones out of the country. Yep, I do have 2 spots left on my wait list right now. So before I was only taking 10 because I only had 1 printer, but now that I got a second printer, I open it up to 20. Yeah, you just can't go on eBay and buy it. The ones on eBay that I'll have, they'll be for certain people. So contact me on Facebook first, get on the pre-order list, and then when yours comes up, I'll send you a link to your eBay auction. So that's how it works for those that are out of the country. So Skyfall, contact me on Facebook, just in case you're... Yep, and same with you, Rick. If you want one in Italy, it's the same thing. Just contact me on Facebook, and when your number comes up and it's time, I will stick it on eBay as a buy it now for you, and I'll send you a link so you can purchase it. Like I said before, I still have 2 spots open. I decided to open up to 20. Right now, I think I'm at 17 and number 18. I haven't checked to see if he's gotten back to me or not. And then after you contact me on Facebook, I will send you the price list so you can see which ones you want. And that's about it. All right. If you're not on Facebook, you can also contact me on Instagram or aheman.org. But Facebook's the easiest way. Hey, no problem. Glad I could be here to help you guys. Anyway, I am going to go enjoy the festivities of Thanksgiving. So you guys enjoy yourselves tonight as well, for those that do celebrate. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I suggest you go and at least grab a piece of pie. Go find some pie somewhere and chow down the pie. And when you do, you don't have to think of America Thanksgiving. Just think of Hebrew, because I'll be eating pie tonight. And it'll be good. I'm pretty excited about it. My wife made some awesome pumpkin pie, and we got an apple pie that I already broke into last night, a day early. So you guys enjoy yourself. Thanks, Skyfall. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. And that is all that I have. Good journey, and like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hey, Charlie. Thanks for joining us. Charlie C. Bye now.